Hello friends, welcome back. This makeup look is going to be focused on the eyes. I was inspired by this purple tie-dye sweatshirt that I made. I pulled different eyeshadow palettes from a makeup collection that have purple or kind of purpley pink eyeshadows, and I'm probably going to be using several different palettes to create this look. So they come with like a little sticky side here on the back. So you're just going to peel this off and then just stick it down from like the corner of your eye to the corner of your eyebrow there. And you just want to make sure that this is even on both eyes. So I'm just going to blend that in with a brush that I got out of an Amazon brush set, which I'll have linked down below. So the different purple eyeshadow palettes that I pulled. So obviously I pulled this one. It has some nice purples in here. Then I also pulled the Revolution Beauty palette. This is the Cherry Icon. Morphe Electric Current palette. Rimmel Electric Violet palette, which this is still made actually. So I'll have this palette, I'll have all these palettes linked down below. And I'm not for sure if I'm going to use every single palette, like a shade in every single palette, but those are the ones I pulled. I'm going to use this pink shade here in the crease. And I'm just going to be using the Morphe M332 brush. And I love like the mirrors on like these Morphe palettes. It's like I want to hold this, but it's going to block your view. So let's just use my normal mirror here in front of me. So I'm just going to blend this here in the crease. Like I've just been so into like these very dramatic, just colorful makeup looks lately. And yeah, I know that probably a lot of you guys aren't really into this, but I think just because since I'm starting my tie-dye business and I've just been in the world of bright colors, it's just making me also want to like wear bright colors in my makeup. The Revolution Beauty palette, the Cherry Icon, and I'm going to use like a mix of those two shades in the outer V, but I'm going to first go in with the shade here. And I'm just using that same Morphe M332 brush to blend this in the outer V. I really also love this Cherry Icon palette. Like, if you love berry tones, this is a beautiful palette. And then I'm going to turn the brush this way to blend it up into the crease. So I'm just slowly building that color up. Then I'm going to be taking the Morphe M401 brush, just the angled side there. And I'm going to get some of this darkest color and I'm going to smoke this color right at the lash line. And I'm just going to take this over as far as I took that burgundy color. I'm going to use this shade here on the front part of my eyelid. And I don't know if it's just my little viewfinder, but the colors in here look so blue toned. So hopefully on camera they're looking more purple than blue. I know sometimes like with purple, it has a tendency to like want to come off a little bit blue on camera. And I'm just packing that shade on the Sigma F70, which is just like the concealer brush. And then I'm going to pack this color on the front part of my eyelid and just kind of blend it over that darker shade out here. I just love the iridescence of this purple shade. I think it's so beautiful. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the Essence, the Art Gallery palette. And I'm going to grab the shade here, just on my finger, and I'm going to put that on top of this other purple. Like this shade by itself is a little bit more sheer, almost just like a glitter topper. But over top of that purple, oh, like look at how beautiful that is. I love that paired over top of that other purple color. Then I just wiped this brush off on a dry washcloth to get like that excess darker color out of there, because I want to go back with that original pink shade that I used in the crease. And I just want to lightly just go around the edge of everything just to make sure that there's no harsh edges, that everything is blended good. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove the shadow shields. And I just love the magic. I feel like my eye probably just looked so weird just then. But I love the magic of these shadow shields, just how it creates such a crisp edge there. It looks so good when you do a really heavy smoky look like this. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply my sunscreen. And I'm just using the Biore Aqua Rich Watery Essence. I feel like I'm stumbling over my words today, and I'm having to like refilm clips of me saying the word over again. I'm like on my period this week, and I feel like every time I'm like filming on my period, I get so tongue-tied. It's like my brain just is not functioning all the way. For my foundation, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint. I love this. This is just becoming like one of my all-time favorite foundations. I just think it is so good. It is very similar to the L'Oreal skin tint, like the True Match Nude Skin Tint that L'Oreal has, but I don't know. I do think maybe the Maybelline one has a little bit more coverage or something, but honestly, if you have one, you don't necessarily need the other one. But I do have to mix shades 110 and 118 together. That's like the only downfall to this foundation. And honestly, even the L'Oreal one, I feel like their shade range, at least for me, it's just like I can't find like really my perfect shade. 118 is more of my summer shade, and 110 like in the dead of winter is like a good winter shade for me. But like when I'm kind of in between, there's not like a good in between shade. But I think that this foundation looks really beautiful on like mature skin. It's good if you have more dry skin. It doesn't look like cakey or drying or anything. It just looks really natural on the skin. Have any of you guys used this foundation? Do you like it? Do you prefer this over the L'Oreal? Do you like the L'Oreal one better? Have you used neither of them so you don't know? Like, let me know in the comments like what your current foundation is right now. But it's so funny how I get like on a kick of using a specific foundation and concealer, and it's like the only ones that I'll use for a while, like day to day. Okay, and for my concealer, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape. I've been kind of rotating between this one and the Rimmel Multitasker Concealer. These are my two like go-tos right now. I find that the Rimmel one is very, very comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape, like even in color. So I think that's why I've just been loving both of these. The shade's really good, really great full coverage, lasts all day, doesn't look heavy or cakey on the under eyes. So just a staple, a go-to. But yeah, the Rimmel is a good, cheaper alternative to this Tarte Shape Tape. Right. For my all-over setting powder, I'm going to be using the Morphe Cloud Light. This is in Dawn. And I'm using the e.l.f. large powder brush. But this paired with that Maybelline foundation is so, so beautiful. This has just been like my go-to complexion products. I love these Morphe Cloud Light powders. They are so good. Then to set the under eye, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection powder, the light pink. And I just got some there on this sponge and just dabbed some of the excess of it on the back of my hand. And then I'm just gonna use what's left here on the sponge to just set the under eyes. Off camera, I went ahead and did my eyebrows, and I just used the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. Like, look at the packaging on this. It's starting to all chip off because I use it so much and have thrown it around in makeup bags and things like that when I've went like on trips. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and finish the eyes out. I am gonna smoke some color here on the lower lash line. I'm just trying to figure out like what colors, what brushes I wanna use for this. But I'm just gonna wipe off that angled brush that I use to do like smoke out my liner on top. I'm going back to the Cherry Icon palette and I'm gonna grab the shade here. On that angled brush, tap off the excess. And then I'm just gonna lightly smudge this here. And I might go back with another brush and lightly blend this out. I just did not want this to get too far like blown out under my eye. I wanted it to be like a little closer there. I'm just going back with like a clean pencil brush. This is the Sigma E30. And I'm just gonna lightly just blend this out because I do want it smoky, but I just needed a little bit more control with blending it. Okay, and I'm going back with the angled brush again, getting that darkest color out of the Cherry Icon palette. And I'm just gonna also put this here. I'm going back with that pencil brush, smoking this out. Next, I'm taking the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells and I'm grabbing some of that light cream shade. And I'm gonna pop this in the inner corner of the eye, just to highlight. This is my favorite inner corner and brow bone highlight to use. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more of this as a brow bone highlight. Okay, I showed this in a recent video. It might have been Tuesdays. I cannot remember like my videos now, like which ones I put what in. But anyway, I'm gonna take this Scandinavia makeup setting spray. This is the bridal one. And I'm gonna mist this on my eyes, and this is really gonna lock on the shadow. I mean, I know that I use the eyeshadow primer, but this is really gonna ensure things aren't gonna crease or go anywhere. So just really mist that on well. And then I'm just gonna use a fan to dry that down. So you just want to keep your eyes closed while that's drying so you don't get like any creasing. I do want to put a liner on my waterline, but I'm trying to decide like what color I want to use. I've got like a couple of different pencils here. Let me put maybe Love Drug. Let's see. This is the Urban Decay one. Okay, yeah, let's just use that one. I'm just gonna smudge some of that down into the lashes too. Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out about blush. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna end up using this blush that I've just been using so much lately. But this is the Maybelline Fit Me blush in Plum. I think since the eyes are so intense and heavy, it's best if I use a blush that's not gonna be like standout-ish, because the eyes are the show today. So it's like, I know this was kind of like a shop my stash video, but it's more like using my current favorite products. But this blush has really grown on me over this past week. I really like it. For bronzer, I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade, whoa, we're dropping it. Okay, in the shade Bronzer. And I'm just using like my Sigma F30. I'm actually going up to Indy today to visit one of my really good friends, Abby. She had her birthday yesterday, and so I'm gonna go up there and celebrate her birthday with her. So that is what I'm getting ready to head out to do. And Indy's about like a 2-hour drive from where I live. I live a little bit outside of Louisville, Kentucky, so it's a pretty quick drive, honestly, up to Indy. And it has been raining for like the past week, and I'm like so over all this rain. So I'm not really looking forward to driving up there in the rain today, but it's just how it is right now. For my highlight, I'm just using BECCA's Prismatic Amethyst. This has just been like my go-to highlight right now. I know that this look is very like 2018 or 2017, but I'm just into it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mist my face with my makeup setting spray. I'm just gonna use that same one that I used to set the eyes. Okay, off camera, I went ahead and did my mascara, and I also popped on some false lashes. I just used the Ardell Baby Wispies, and I cut them in half and used the last half of the lashes. So, I mean, like, honestly, I don't even know if you can really tell that I have false lashes on, but it just kind of darkens up just the outer corners of the lashes just ever so slightly. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the lips, and I was debating on like what lip I wanted to use, but I think I'm gonna use this today. This is one of the Maybelline Lifter Glosses, and this is in Taffy. I really like the way that this turned out today. I know it's super dramatic and colorful, but I think it pairs so nicely with the sweatshirt. Like, what do you guys think? Do you like it? Would you wear this? Let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me, and I will see you all in Saturday's video. Bye-bye.